Hey guys, behind me you see the Chevelle, got it parked outside the shop here. I got some goodies for the car. Actually, I got quite a bit of stuff for the car. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna put the crown jewel on the car first, just to kind of give myself a little bit of forward momentum. Sometimes you gotta have that on these projects. So anyways, let me flip the camera around here and show you guys. So, got two fenders here for the car. One of these is a goodmark fender, and one of them is a auto metal direct fender. Yeah, this is the auto metal direct fender. I got all this stuff from, I don't know if you might need a part number or not, but there you go.
That way you'll be able to get that in there.
Well, everything you say is gonna be on it. All right, but yeah, so this one's the auto metal direct fender. This one's the goodmark fender. To be honest, just by picking them up, this goodmark fender feels like it's a heavier built fender. And too, this actually may be a older fender too. The guy who I got these actually just about all this stuff from, he had bought out a company, or bought out two companies that were selling aftermarket parts and stuff. And so this fender and the trunk pan kits over there, I'll show you that in a little bit. You know, with stuff that he had, kind of was just overstocked stuff that he needed to get rid of because he really didn't have a whole lot of people buying Chevelle parts. And I'll put a picture of his business card in a little bit. These floor pans, got these floor pans from him. This one's sun faded just from sitting in the back of the truck. But anyways, these are auto metal direct. That's auto metal direct from him. The price that I got these floors and that fender for was a little over $600. This one fender, because it was overstocked, and the trunk pan kit, because it was overstocked, I got that for 400 bucks from him. And again, I will definitely put his card in there because he's a really good guy to deal with. If you're in Greensboro, that's actually where he lives at, but his shop's actually in Danville, Virginia. But you know, he'll meet you wherever, depending on how much stuff you buy. These quarter skins here, I picked these up off a guy who was actually building a 70. I mean, you can tell he's had them for a while because they're, you know, obviously flash rusting and stuff. I know that's going to kind of it's going to take some body work to really make these probably look good again, because I know as thin as these are, I'm sure it's probably full of all kinds of ripples and stuff like that, but you know, I'm not really too worried about that. And really I only need one quarter skin because that one on the passenger side is tore up, you know, in the rear part of it. But I figured for the driver's side I can probably just cut off what I need and be okay. Trunk pan kit, I'm not really going to unbox it because I really don't feel like taking it out of the box. But in this is the, I think it's the quarter section. So it's, you know, like the far edge and then two center pieces and then the other end. That was cheaper. He had a full complete skin that I could have got. But the reason I didn't get that was just because with the car, I really don't want to put it on the rotisserie or whatever. But you know, he had the complete floor, which would probably be a little bit simpler to put in, but for what it's worth, you know, I was fine with that. Just get a little bit cheaper to buy it and just a little more work on the back end. But you know, for what we're doing with the car, it'll be fine. All right, let me show you the doors I've got for the car here too. So these doors actually come off of a 72 Malibu, which, you know, obviously is going to be about the same. The outside of them are pretty daggone great. This driver's door, I'm probably not going to use the driver's door because mine's actually in pretty decent shape. And this door, after taking it off, it ended up being a lot rougher than it looked in the first. Come here, I'll show you. Here, like it's really rough right in here, or whatever. But you know, this one I'll probably just keep, you know, for like the handles, you know, and the glass and all. I'll keep the door for that. But the door that I really wanted was this passenger door, since mine has a crease in it right here. you know, mine has a crease here, this one doesn't. And this door right here is actually really great. You know, that right there has got some cancerous type stuff right there, but you know, that's most of that stuff will just flake off. I'm not worried about that. Nothing really ate through. But this whole door, I mean, you know, it's a little rough here at the bottom, but it's nothing where it's pokes through. And for what I want to do with the car, I'll just take and clean that up, you know, and put some primer on it, you know, like some Silla primer or something, and put on it and be fine. You know, main thing, like I said, my door has a great big crease right in here, and I'm not a body guy, so I can't get it out. And you know, here comes little man. Yeah, I also have a hood here. And I don't really feel like getting it out right now, but this hood, I may use it where mine's got the whiskey dent in the front part here. I may put this hood on, but then again, I've got a good friend who's a body guy who said he's pretty positive he can get that dent out of it for me, so we may just let him take care of that. But anyways, that's all the parts that I've got for the car up to this point. You know, main thing I'm really looking for now is just some interior pieces. I'd love to find, say, like a 70 to 72 Monte Carlo that somebody's probably going to send to the scrapyard. It's got fairly decent interior in it, because everything out of the Monte Carlo I can put in that car. And, you know, the Monte Carlo dash and gauge bezel, that's the SS gauges for the Chevelle there, where I've got the horizontal readout. You know, it'll have the circle gauges. All right, so here's the Chevelle. Here comes little man. What'd you say, buddy? Yeah? Cheese. Yeah, I'm taking a video of you, not just a picture. So anyways, the Chevelle here, the true spokes are coming off, and we're gonna put some real nice iconic GM wheels on here. This rotor looks like it's seen better days. It's definitely grooves pretty good, but the pads seem to be pretty thick. The ball joints and everything seem to be fairly tight for the most part. For where we're going with the car for the time being, I believe it'll be okay. I'll worry about going back and getting all this stuff squared away after I get the body decent on it, because for the most part, I'm not really going to drive it very far. Where I live at out here in the country, it's probably just going to be a couple trips around the block. Let me start putting the wheels on, get the wheels on. I think I'm gonna go ahead and change the grill out today. You know, like I said, try to do a couple things, get a little forward momentum going on it. Where you going with that block, buddy?
It's in the truck.
You gonna use it for your truck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jack
you gonna jack your truck up?
it. Yeah.
You gonna work on your truck too?
Yes.
Okie dokie, buddy. I tell you what, guys, kids are definitely a blessing.
I need tools.
You need You need tools now?
Yeah.
All right, go get some tools. Okie dokie, folks. So now I'm gonna take off these ugly lowrider, jacked up mid 2000s spring spacer things that a lot of folks were running. I'm gonna take these off of the front of this Chevelle because these things are god awful ugly, and it gives this car this four-wheel drive stance that I'm not a great big fan of. Well, my little helper here is playing with Jack. What we got right there, buddy?
Wheels.
You got some new ones?
Yeah.
They for our race car?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Favorite car.
Yeah. Little man's going to go find the little puppies. Anyways, here's a Chevelle. You see, I've got the new grill in, which is actually not fully in. I need to do some adjustments on it, but hey, guess what? That thing definitely picked the front of this thing up. She's got a nice smile now. She's got some braces on her. Anyways, see these chrome rallies I got? I picked these things up for a steal from one of my buddies. He's got a 67 Chevelle SS396 car, 4-speed, factory big block and all. He was changing the wheels on his car. He wanted to get rid of these. Got these for a hell of a good price. I went and got some new casings for it. These are 275, I believe it's 275 50s in the rear. 275 60s in the rear and 235 50s up front. Let's see here. See if we can find it. Geez, it's here somewhere. But anyways, wanted to get me some white leather tires for this thing. And here pretty soon we're gonna make the outside of this car look very presentable, and the outside of the car is gonna look really presentable, and it'll probably make me feel a lot happier about this purchase or whatever. But anyways, I'm happy for what I've done this afternoon. Just give it a little bit of a facelift. I'm happy with it. I love the stance of the car now. I realize that those little blocks probably didn't raise the front of the car up that much, but it definitely has a nice muscular stance to it. It doesn't have those super wide, true spokes that it did have in the rear. I don't know why this thing, yep, there we go. It was trying to do some weird focusing issues there. Anyways, it's got like a wheel that fits under the car. It's still wide, but it fits up under the car. I'm not a great big fan of the really offset wheels. That's a 70s lowrider, hot roddy, street freak thing that I'm not a great big fan of. But anyways, like I said, I am so happy with how this car looks right now. Let's take in the beauty of this baby.